Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to use forms and embed PowerPoint presentations and additional items on your Google site. So again, you want to make sure you're signed in on Google Drive, and then from here if you click on my drive you can see that you have a whole bunch of additional options. So in order for you to be able to add a form or Google Slides, which is like the PowerPoint version of basically Google Drive, you have to first create the actual form and the slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Google Form, and you can see that you can have a blank form that you can just sort of start creating. It can be a questionnaire, it can be a quiz. I'm gonna actually just go ahead and you can customize it down here too. You can, if you click, you can just change some of the color values. So this is like the default setting. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this template, and in order for you to do that, I'm just gonna close this out and go back here again. And if you hover, when I clicked it, it automatically took me to a blank form, or you could do a blank quiz. But for this purpose, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use like a template based form. So again, you want to make sure you hover over this Google form to get these options, and the last option would be creating a form from a preset templates. And these are you have it in different sections. You have the personal, where it has the contact information, assigning a time, RSVPing. You have a work section, you have an education section, and so on. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to use like the contact. Now that I have my form, so it's basically going to be contact information, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my drive, and this time I'm going to create a Google slide. Again, you want to hover over the slide, because you can start with a blank presentation, or you can choose like a template to build your slideshow from. So for this one, I'm going to just choose from a template. And and these are, again, you can kind of see that you have personal templates. Some of them are really beautiful. Let's see if I choose this one, photo album. You can kind of see that, the layouts, and typography treatment, it just looks really, really nicely done. And basically all you have to do, you can just click on the photo and change the content of the photo so for example, if I just right click on the image, I can just replace the photo with whatever picture I want to change it to. But for now, again, we're just gonna not get into the details. So you don't have to make a really complex slideshow, but something with at least like 3 pages would be good to have, and just in order to get the understanding of how this is done. So I'm going to just say here, so this is a slideshow, West Coast. I'm just gonna say my first. Okay. And I'm now gonna just close this, and I'm going to go back to my drive. And again, if you click on more, you should see the option to Google Sites, and you have additional things that you can add. For example, you can add like a Google Sheet, you can add Google Doc. So there's more things that you can kind of include on your site. But for now, we're just going to go back to my Google site, and I'm going to click on this icon to go back to all the previous sites that I've created. I'm just going to double click this one, and I actually made a contact page here. So what I'm going to do is, the way that you can add your page, I'm going to go to pages. I'm going to actually delete this form because I'm going to show you how to do that again. I'm going to click on my contact, and as you recall, last week we added like embedded a gallery, and actually I did add like a slider here too, and we embedded a video as well. And as you can see, when I drag it, it automatically gives me like the highlight, the grid outline, so then I can align things a lot easier. So I want to add the form in the contact section. So if you click on these little dots, you can see you have an option to add a sub page. So if I click the sub page, I can say forms, and I'm going to say done. Now I have my forms embedded, and if you click it, you can see the drop down menu includes the form. So I'm going to go back and click on my form, and I'm going to go to insert, and this time I'm going to insert forms. And as you could see, this is the first, basically the form that we just created. It pops up on the top. I can drag it in here or double click it. I guess it preferred the double clicking. And so that is my form. So here's my form. So as a reminder, again, this is how I mean, I can't really fill anything here in this edit mode. So what you could do, if you click on preview, you'll see that I can just go in here and fill out my information right here, and then click the submit button at the bottom. So you have to actually be in the close these windows. You have to be in the edit mode in order to be, you have to go out of the edit mode in order to be able to do that. So come back here, form. So that's basically what you need. You click on this button here, they'll just take you in the preview where you can actually fill out the fields. And again, as a reminder, this would be the copy that you need to click on in order to share to the discussion board for the specific pages that you want to share with the class. So this would be the preview button, and this would be the actual link to your site. So so this is how you insert a form. I'm going to go back to my pages, and maybe on the about page I had the drop down. Maybe I'll add the little slideshow there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to insert and click on slides. And again, it just populates the latest item that I've been working on. So I'm going to go ahead and just click this photo gallery. I'll just load it in here, and I can resize it. And again, you can see the grids, which I find to be extremely helpful in terms of helping me visualize and center my the items that I have on my page. So I'm going to go ahead and click preview. That's going to be, I'm going to close this. Oops. this is my slide, and I have options to view it at full screen, and I would use the arrow key to navigate through the slides here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this. So this is how you can add additional responsive content to your pages, and adding and customizing your pages using the additional features on Google Drive sites.